Welcome to AMIcast, podcast about Amiga computers. I'm your host, Krzysztof Radzikowski, but call me Krzysztof or Radzik. Hi, this is something like special episode because this was not my plan to record it so fast, but the situation was this weekend very nice for me because I suddenly discovered that near from my place, I live in Braunschweig in Germany, in Wolfsburg is alternative computer meeting, and this was at April 10th, 12th. So weekend, and I was surprised, so I took my stuff and go there to check it, what it's about. And just to be short in this information, this is the meeting with alternatives computers. Mostly is about Amiga, but you can meet the Atari stuff and then this like computers, but mostly it's Amiga. So for me it was very interesting because I can solve Amiga from Walker to X1000, so very nice. And the Walker, I was able to see this computer first time in my life because the famous person was there. I think now most guys should know there was a Petro from good, maybe not so good, but from the old Amiga times, ESCOM and Gateway. So for me was very interesting this time because I can. This was possible for me to take the interview with Petro very fast. Because I was not prepared, I am surprised. So the interview is not maybe so nice made, but for me this was the first time that I met the guy. It was very nice. He's a very nice guy, and this was the opportunity for me to ask some questions. So now soon you will hear the interview. It's for 40 minutes. I think it's quite interesting. And this is connected somehow with Petro book, the memories. The book is available in Germany so far, but during interview you will get the more informations. Then later in my blog I will put the post with pictures, so you can see what was there. It was very nice, interesting for us, of course. So one more thing, this episode will include the music from Moby. This is famous Amiga musician, and from this now I will try to put the Moby stuff. Let's say like this. So enjoy the first mode. And then the interview will come. Sorry, I'm still a little bit shocked because for me it was very nice weekend, and I think everybody knows this is for Amiga guy. This is very interesting. So take your seat and enjoy the ride.
welcome. This is the third episode of AMIcast, and I'm very surprised because I'm in Wolfsburg in Amiga meeting, and I discovered it today at my home when I was surfing internet on iPad. I checked the Amiga meetings, and there was this weekend the meeting in Wolfsburg. That's why I'm here, and I'm very pleasant because I have the special guest for me, and I think for everybody.
Thank you.
Petro. Now we start. I'm so surprised that I don't know how to start. That's why.
Okay, I will tell you. We have a long relation with Braunschweig and with Wolfsburg in this area.
Oh, okay.
Because we have before a manufacturing plant, assembling plant in Braunschweig. There was around about 150 people working, assembling C64, VIC-20 and so on. And then they developed with the university in Braunschweig the PC-10, PC-20, PC-30, PC-40. So it's a very good place here. Mm-hmm. And I was invited here for a meeting, and so I said, okay, I never can say no, this is my problem.
Yeah, this is good, because you are quite famous person.
No, I'm not so famous, but anyway, I'm trying to help the people, to make the people happy, and I'm also very happy to find out that they need some guy like me, who's very good in my age, to be useful for the community.
Yes, for example, you wrote the book.
Yeah.
And this is a book in German, so this is problematic, but as you said, this will come in English.
Yes, I'm working for this. I have another guy, and we would like to crowdfund this. We make a Kickstarter action, and I think then I will get the money for the translation, and we will see. Maybe at Christmas time we will be there.
Very nice.
To bring out the English version.
And one question, this will be available ebook version, PDF? Or
no,
something?
Because all the people, all my fans and freaks, they would like to have a signature. They would like to have some writings from.
Like I did it.
You see, if you have an electronic book, you cannot have this.
Yeah,
you can
true.
store it, and some people are not storing this and get away and so on. So I think also for me, it's somebody, even if it is only in the shelf, in the bookshelf, but it's there.
Okay, so this is we will get the English version, and this I think will be nice because most guys are able to speak English. The German is not so easy.
Yeah, you will laugh. When I was in Waslow, I was selling German version, a lot of.
Yeah, because
in these clubs they're interested. Yeah,
it's very nice, nice to have.
Yeah, but they don't understand. They would like to have the English version. It's much better.
This
or Polish is no more better.
Polish, maybe I can ask somebody in Poland.
There are some people that would like to translate it, but I'm hesitating. I would like to make steps by step.
Yeah, this is good. So we have the chance for more options than one.
Yes.
This is nice. Okay, let's maybe start with something like this. Everybody knows who you are, but I will ask you about the first contact with computers. Because this is the always starting point in my podcast, so this is let's do it the same way.
The first contact with a computer, the first contact you have to say with electronic. The first contact with electronic, when I was in a high school, I was manufacturing transistors. At this time, the transistor came out, right? And I was producing small radios with earphones and with transistors and with this thing. This was my first connection, or my first connection with the electronic in totally. But then, of course, my second one was Commodore. This was always my wish to go in the computer industry. I was before in a company that manufactured machines for printing.
Okay.
It was a technical machines, also very interesting. But the technology from the mechanic to the electronic starts in 1970 to 1980, right? So, and there was the first company where I worked was then in this electronic area, in the computer area. This was Commodore in Frankfurt.
Okay. So, and what next? What was the next step from the electronics?
From Commodore.
Commodore.
Yeah, it was my whole life. I started in 1982, just when the C64 was developed, and then until 1990. Until 2001, always with Commodore, Amiga, not with the same company, but Commodore, Amiga have some bankruptcies.
Yeah.
I was always a survivor and built it up new with a new investor. So I survived two bankruptcies and always with a new investor I brought in the business.
And how you did it? How you searched for the investors? And the first question.
Yeah, how I invested. This was first thing was when Commodore went bankruptcy. The first investor contacted me and said, Petro, you are working so long I was 15 years working for Commodore. You know everybody. I need some guy like you. I know you from before. I trust you. Please go to the US and make the deal for me. And that I followed him. This was ESCOM. Was a chairman from ESCOM AG. And then ESCOM AG went into bankruptcy. Then I was a little bit desperate.
Yeah.
Then I contact Apple. I contact Motorola. I contact a lot of other companies to take over, but nobody was willing. And then I found Gateway. Gateway suddenly come with 5 people in the evening, I remember, and then we have a meeting, and then I showed them. They were interested on the intellectual property, on the license, on the name, and so on. And we made the deal. And then I was the president and continued the Amiga deal.
Okay, so I have one question about the bankruptcy. Why, for example, Commodore go down, and then why ESCOM after Walker prototype go down?
Yes, it was always the PC, Microsoft, or I would say the PC market. In the earlier years, in 1980, the hard disk drive was developed. Every month another size, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So at this time, the companies, they are buying, not producing after orders, but they're buying and producing for inventory. And Commodore also, they bought the hard disk drives and stored, and then they cannot sell it because next month were complete different size, and nobody would like to buy the lower size, and the lower size was gone. And this was happen. And Commodore was at this time also in the PC business, right?
I know this.
286 and so on. So they lost a lot of money on this. This was one reason, and built up extreme high inventory which they have to liquidate and losing money. It was one thing. And the second thing was that there was some hardware development where were no software available. There were different reasons for this. Some software companies, they don't like Commodore anymore because they have bad experience on the high season when C64 software was developed or VIC-20 software was developed. So they refused to make any software for the CD32, which was a very good game machine, but without software, hardware has no value. The same happens with CD-TV, which was the first DVD player 10 years in advance. The CD-TV system.
I think this was
also
even much more advanced.
No films, no software, no play. This was the problem. And so, one after, and then the money was of course out. You can see, if you see my book, I showed all the figures and the complete developing from 1980 onwards bit to the end. You will see that it was always worse. They make loss, and then the bank, they take a bank loan, and then they cannot pay back, and that was the reason why they have to go in bankruptcy.
Okay, so there was the problem was bad investment at the end of all. Just
bad investment, and then also because no money, no money, no honey. Then you cannot develop new products. If you have no money, you cannot develop new products. And then the old products, in the computer business, you have always to be active to find new versions, new systems. Same as today. Same.
Yeah,
Look at Microsoft, no? Also with the 8.8.
Exactly. Now Apple's at the top.
Yeah. But wait, how long? Huh? Anyway.
And then what happened with ESCOM? Because when ESCOM bought the
ESCOM
Amiga,
was
this
the same
was
system. ESCOM was a PC company. They manufactured a month around about 20,000 PCs, and of course they need the chips from Intel. There was Intel linked. So, and they bought the wrong processor at the wrong time and cannot sell the inventory because the competitor was Vobis at this time. They bought the next generation already, and ESCOM bought the old generation, and then they cannot sell these computers with this Intel chip inside. And Vobis sold all there because there was a new generation. Computer people always worked the latest generation.
Of course.
This was a failure. Then they put around about 300 million Deutschmarks at this time down. This was the end. It was a collapse.
So the plan of ESCOM was to sell the PCs and have to get the money to invest to Amiga. Why ESCOM want to Amiga?
This was different. PC was Commodore, the name Commodore. ESCOM was interested on the name Commodore for their computers, for their PC, because Commodore is a good name for the PC. Amiga was completely different. Amiga they gave me, I was president of Amiga, and I have no finance problems. With my Amiga, I have a lot of money, I earned a lot of money, margin was good, I have dealers, everything was fine. But the mother company was ESCOM. So when the mother company went bankruptcy, the daughter company has to follow. There was no other choice. That was my problem.
This is bad. So this is the same like in Commodore. Commodore UK was okay and US was not so good. Yeah.
No, UK was not. German was the best one, to be honest. UK was okay, but UK and Germany was very strong. The rest of Europe was also not bad. Yeah? But the US was failing. In the US, they cannot sell anything. They have a lot of people paying salaries, but no result. Yeah, but this was not the main problem. The main problem was inventory build up of old stock.
Okay, so this is nice to know.
And software problem, as I told you before.
And I will ask you about, because now we are Commodore ESCOM era, about the Walker project or
the Walker.
The
Walker was
interesting.
When I was a president in Amiga, so we know A1200 at this time when Commodore went bankruptcy, ESCOM took it over. We decided 2 products only. One is the A4000 Tower, which was for the US market, but also we imported for Europe, but manufactured in the US.
Okay.
And the second was the A1200 market. So, but both products getting old and older and older and older, we need some new one. But we have not so much money. So then we're thinking what we can do to survive, right? Because revenue went down, of course, we sold the A1200 and then everybody asked for new products. Then we said, okay, we should find a product which is the successor of the A1200. And this was a Walker. So we have a company, a developing company, we gave them the order and they designed this. They designed the hardware with a 68030 processor for Motorola, faster than the A1200, and it should be the successor. The housing was different. The housing, we said, okay, fine. Maybe this is a prototype only, we will see what kind of housing we need. Right?
But the housing was nice at the end of it.
Because 3 months later, Apple came with the iMac.
Yeah.
The iMac has also crazy housing, right? Yeah. So we were already in advance already, as usually. No?
Yeah, Amiga, this was... Yeah. But I will ask about the AGA chipset, because the Walker, this was the AGA, and everybody said that the problem of Commodore, this was too...
The
old,
AAA, yeah, but there was people they're saying we would like the AAA, but you have to invest money. We don't have money at this time. That was at the Commodore time, but not on the ESCOM time. There was, I think, Dave Haney was a guy who would like to develop the AAA, right? But this needs money, and he came to Medi and said, "Can you give me money for this project?" He said, "No, we don't have." Of course, they don't like him, but this was not the reason of Medi. They really have no money. There was under pressure of the bank. You have to pay back the bank. And that was the reason why the AAA is not coming.
So this is... But do you think that there was, in this time, when Walker came, and this was the good time...
Walker came at ESCOM.
Yeah.
Walker not come at Commodore.
Yeah. I'm talking about the ESCOM. It was the good time to save the Amiga? This was the for example, for our chance to save this if ESCOM wouldn't bankruptcy.
Yeah, of course. I think we have a lot of chances. I told you we have no finance problem. Amiga, when I was president at Amiga under ESCOM, we have no money problem. Money problem come from the mother company because of the PC things.
So,
but you cannot survive as a daughter company.
No. This is
you are dependent on the mother company.
This is true. So then come the gateway and the the gateway was in, I think, as you said, interest only in trademarks and this.
First,
stuff,
I was only interested in trademarks and so on, and I have a lot of inventory out of the bankruptcy because we have Amiga products. We have A1200, we have A4000 on stock. So I sold this, and I still have not a problem under Gateway. I make a lot of money. My bank account was really high, and Gateway don't know this. They are not interested. First, they're not interested in Amiga. Then I was making a lot of noise, transferred some money to them, and then they said, okay, now we should have also a department in the US which are taking care about Amiga. And then comes several people. There come Jim Collis, which was a very nice guy, right? There come Jeff Schindler was okay, but not a visionary, but Jim Collis was a visionary. And then he started to spend money. Of course, if you have to develop new, his idea was the MCC. This was a new machine
this was nice.
On a new platform. He would like to drive this, and he would like to have a head office, of course, in the US, cost some money for rent. He would like to have the developing. We went to San Francisco, I remember, to the famous Apple developer, where the iMac was developed. So we gave them the order to develop the MCC. Cost also a hell of money. And then suddenly, Gateway chairman, he said, no money anymore for Amiga. And then the people resigned. They quit the job. They said, if we have no money, we're not driving Amiga anymore. I was alone in Europe, right? And then they called me and said, Petro, we get no money, we quit. So do you have an investor? They asked me again. I said, an investor now? I don't know. I said, me. Yeah. I said, give it to me. Yeah, they said, how much you would like to pay? I said, I would pay $1, no more. And they said, then they're thinking that $1 is better than we have to throw away and pay a lot of money for the garbage, for the computer garbage, for electronic parts and so. It costs a hell of money to get rid of the shit. They don't understand. They are from the PC world. They don't understand that Amiga is completely different. They keep until now.
Yeah.
You understand? But they thought PC is gone after 2 months. You can throw away. Cannot sell. Different in Amiga. So and then they said, okay, they would give it to me for $1. And then we make contracts and everything, and then come another investor. He offered them $3 million. Then of course I was out.
Yeah.
That's the story. You can always read in my book.
I hope when book come in English,
Yeah.
it will be much more wider topic for everybody than here. Okay, so we know the background. What do you think about our times? What happened with Amiga? Because still we are alive.
Yeah, but this is different. This is like the old cars.
Yeah, true.
We have a community, they love the Amiga. Most of the people, the heart is when there was young kids, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, they bought the first CC computer. The first computer, of course, was a Commodore. So their heart, they're thinking always about the old time, how they have done. And then they, of course, now engineers, the general manager, the high-level people all around. They understand the technology, and they love it. It's like reconstructing, putting in this board, putting out that board, putting the chip inside, transferring things, bits and bytes, and are happy.
Yeah, true. This is
why it's not only Amiga, but it's also Atari, it is Sinclair,
the whole retro move.
But I think the most famous is Amiga Commodore.
Because it was the most powerful
this was
computer.
The first pioneer on this.
Yeah, true. This was the nice time. But now we at our meeting we have Amiga X1000 and Amorphous system, and we are on the PowerPC processor. So there is question. Probably it's not possible, but Amiga can come back to the market somehow.
No. Yeah, if you have an investor, if somebody invests, let's say, $200-300 million, okay, they will come back, right? But I don't know if they're interested. It is an old technology. They have to revise, to complete review this, complete make different things, right?
But the name is, I think, quite good, or not?
But yeah, the name is quite good. But the name is not everything.
Yeah.
You need the product. Look, if Apple has no good product, Apple will go down also.
Yeah.
You think? No, of course.
This is true.
Yeah.
But they have the visionary guy, we can say, yeah.
Yeah,
the
but
Jobs
there was also nearly bankruptcy.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you
yeah,
know
the-
this
yeah,
story?
I know this.
Bill
This-
Gates give them money, otherwise they could not survive. Do you know this?
This I didn't know, but
Yeah, you see, there was Bill Gates had at this time is Microsoft monopoly,
Yep, true.
and then he put some money, go to Steve Jobs and said, "Here, I give you some money," and then he told to the press, "We are not monopoly. We have also competitors." This was the reason why he invested in Apple. If Apple has not get the money from Microsoft, I think they'll go out of the market.
Yeah, because-
Same as Amiga and Commodore and Sinclair and Atari and all these people.
So this is
New for you, yeah?
this is new
Yeah.
for me. I think this is new for most of
True,
the guys.
true story.
So we need the investor, guys. Please give us the money.
Yes.
So if we have the investor, there is the chance. But I don't know if you are completely new the situation in now in community, because we are divided now. The Hyperion fans, the Morpheus fans,
It's
and
not good.
and
I
this is
told
the
you, if I could take over for $1 the Amiga, I would like to make it free, operating free system for everybody.
like Aeros now.
Like Linux, for example.
Okay.
Like Linux, for example, and drive it in a direction, controlled direction. I think this will be the best, because we have very nice people. They have brain, they can understand, and they're enthusiastic and emotional also. And all this together, I think we can survive. But all this Hyperion and F1 and all is split it, and you know, if a thing is split it in many parts, you could never be powerful. You could only be powerful if you unite it in one direction.
No, this is I think the same. I have the same thinking like you, but when I talk with the guys at podcast, I think there is no chance to unite it us again.
No.
Or we need
No,
the guy
but
that
leave
put
it
them
as
on.
it is. It doesn't hurt anybody. Everybody is happy. They have the community. We have the meetings, talking, blah blah blah. Also nice, all time. Is a social thing also. I'm feeling very happy, and I'm very happy. They called me. They invited me. I'm telling my story. They can hear this. Make them happy, the people.
Yeah. This is
Nobody's fighting
Amiga,
now.
everyone have own way of Amiga. Yeah.
It's okay. Like the old car. Reconstruct the engine, make new brakes. It's okay. And you know, they spend also a lot of money to drive on all these tours with the old Benz, for example, or Fiat or whatever. Same as with the community. They spend a lot of money for buying the sports, for buying that, for buying here. But they love it. They do it. It's their hobby, you know. It's different than a business. It's not a business.
Yes, it's hobby.
Relax.
This is true. Oh,
See it as relax community. Make the people happy. It's okay.
okay.
And if I can do my part, I'm also happy.
Okay, so everybody will make this some part, and this will be.
Yeah.
Now I put the standard question, because everybody I ask, what do you suppose that new guys come to our community? What he should start with emulation, or maybe with classic Amiga, or should buy
With
whatever?
gaming, I think. I can see, I was last year in Cologne on a GameCom. There were so many people interested. Don't know Amiga, the young people, 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, but they know this. Pac-Man, they know Pac-Man, they know this. Yeah, they playing like a hell, and they come in this scene. There are a lot of people. They teach them also and show them this computer, because sometimes are young people also. Because my age, I'm 72, but these people are all 50, 40 to 50, right?
Yeah.
They have 20 years in advance. Yeah, I'm 20 years in advance for them. I'm getting old. I'm old already.
You look
72.
quite good, so yeah.
So thank
70,
you. Thank
72,
you.
this
You should
is-
talk with my wife about this. Yeah.
No problem. When you live in Frankfurt,
Okay.
so yeah. Also,
yeah. I'm just
So-
kidding. Yeah. Okay.
Good. So there is they should start with the gaming, the classic.
Yeah, classic game and come in, and then they will understand Amiga. And it's a retro computer.
Yeah, it's a retro
Yeah.
computer. Even the new Amigas are most retro or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but advanced, okay, but nice to have some.
Yeah, you must.
It's a hobby.
It's hobby. Okay. What I can ask you next, because I'm so surprised that I must check what I have here. Maybe I should ask you more about your $1 invest in Amiga. You said that it would be an open source system.
Open source system.
And what about the hardware? The plan that you had?
There are so many engineers, so many people. They can help. We can have a developing company. They can put it. And I think this. A lot of people I talked with, many people, they would like this. But I was also frustrated after all these things where I went through. I have lawsuits. It was not a nice time. I have 14 years fight with the liquidators and all the things. Of course, it was not my fault to go in bankruptcy, but they would like to put me personal liabilities.
Yeah, somebody you must always find the guy, yeah?
Yeah.
Something like this.
It's not so easy. Therefore, I said, okay, for me, it's finished the book. I closed the book. Then I have to open it again 3 years ago.
But now it's nice. You have, I think, good times in this community, like you said.
Yeah, of course. Everybody not everybody loves me or likes me. I have also some people who said, "Oh, this crazy guy." But okay, but it's normal.
Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah, if you're in clubs and so
when you do something, you make mistakes.
You have you have always people who likes you, and always people they don't like you so much, and always discussion is okay. No problem.
So our future it is to in hobby way, like you said.
The future is the retro
because
feeling.
Retro feeling because I'm let's say like this. I'm in a little bit in panic mode because we are getting colder. And what happened?
Yeah,
with this,
the hardware
spirit,
the hardware will sometimes not surviving. Because the technical problem starts already. Condenser are leaking and all the things, and you cannot get spare parts anymore. So, but okay, sometimes because it's hardware linked, the thing will die.
But
we have still some years to die. And the
let's
people try to survive.
Let's hope. Let's say like this. And let's talk about the Amiga Magic. You sell. Some Amiga Magic pack or something that was on Facebook, and please tell me a story about this. How you find the magazines or something?
No, I have when I was in business, when I was the president of the company, of course I was sales guy. I sold. Mostly I sold a lot of things to India. And okay, then the company went out of business. I was not longer involved. There was a bankruptcy. Gateway I have not put it bankruptcy. It was only ESCOM and Commodore, 2 bankruptcy. But I went out of the business. And then I have other things. I was hiring software people. I was traveling. I was selling chocolate. I was doing complete different things. I'm exporting to Asia products, German machineries, which is a good business. So I'm doing this. And on the end, sometime a guy from India called me, my previous distributor, and said, Petro, you sold me 10,000 A1200. I still have some in stock. Are you interested? I said, no, I'm not interested. Then he said, try. You know the community, go in Facebook and try. You're the only guy who can sell it. And I said, okay, I will try it. And I make some investigation via Facebook. And then I got a lot of response from the clubs. They would like. So I said, okay, then send me 50. Then he sent me 60, and so I started. And then I sold in total, I think 900 units I sold in total. But at this time, I make no money on this, to be honest. I would not say I lost some money, I think. In total, I lost some money. But anyway, make the happy people. The people are happy. Everybody said, you're stupid, you never make money, you're always losing. But you make over the happy people.
Yeah, this is And there is a chance in future to get some new old stock?
Finished.
It's finished, okay.
There's also, look, I sold around about 900 units. And there's no market anymore.
Yeah, this is not so big market at all. And the other question, because in this year we get the 30 years old Amiga, and we have some parties in Holland, for example. You have to plan to go to Holland or
Yeah, they invited me. I come.
Oh, very nice. So we meet again.
Yeah.
And yeah, this how you think how this celebration will go, because this is we are still alive, but there's only
I don't know. There are coming a lot of people which I know.
Yes,
and,
they coming too. Yeah.
I have no so good relationship with these people because they was far away. So it was linked to Germany, and okay, we'll say hello and so on. I don't know. If there is a program, I will attend, of course, right? There's only one day anyway.
Yeah, this is only one day.
Only one day, so we will see what happens.
Yeah, I think it will be nice. Should be. This is a good place in the sea.
Yeah, many people come to see Amsterdam, yeah, and to smoke maybe. Yeah,
maybe I will take the weekend there. Okay, good. So, what I can ask you again about more stuff, because I'm so impressed, because for me it's very nice that I can talk with you, because you are some icon in our world, yeah. And you tried to save our computer, yeah. For a lot of guys, this is some spirit in this.
It's true, yeah.
And
all the other people, therefore, sometimes I'm a little bit mad, because all the other people, they have the same chance as me. Nobody stand up and tried what I have tried. Nobody. Now many people comes out like the phoenix from the ash and said, "Oh, Amiga, 30 years." Right?
Yeah, this is the truth. This is it's always easier to say what I will do, for example, in your position, but this is the difference.
I have good times, I have bad times. I went through all times.
And now this is your book is here, and in the future we can expect something special from you, like other book, or you have some.
I have some ideas, maybe because I have a complete collection of all the annual reports from 1980 until the end, from Commodore. Maybe I bundle this in one book. Only the annual reports, because nobody had this collection. With all figures, with all people, with all presidents, with everything. The annual, from a shareholder company, the annual report. I have it complete.
Yeah, this is nice, because we can see what
I have
happened.
I have to talk. I'm not blah blah inside. I will make a short pre-word, and then it's only the facts of this thing. Everybody can know. Maybe it's a good idea to bring it back to the people who know this time, who can read the figures, who finance analysts also. They can see all the things. How many revenue, how many debts, how many this, how many there, the shares up and down and so on. Maybe this is a good idea. I don't know. Maybe I have to think about this.
Maybe now because again we are in the Commodore times. There is when you buy Amiga Forever, there is a DVD with this Virgin. I don't know. This is the death of.
The Dessel.
Yeah.
I know from Dave Haney.
Yeah, and I want to ask you how was the feeling of the guys?
I think the first time, okay, he
the
has
shock
done
or
this
not?
movie, but this movie is first from the quality is not good.
Yeah.
This is not perfect. Second, what they brought about Mehdi is also, I cannot underwrite this. I was working with Mehdi Ali very close together, and I can tell you, he was an excellent guy. He was a good finance guy, right? I have a good relationship with him, and he was very strong also to me. He shouted a lot of time with me. I learned a lot from him, but I cannot say that he's a terrible guy like the other people say. I never say about the people such words.
Yeah, but I want to ask you, how was the feeling in team or in the company when this day?
Nothing personally. Everybody said, okay, in a company there will be good things, there will be bad things. There will be good decision, there will be bad decision. There will money, there will no money. And there are some circumstances on the market developing. So if everything flows together, we have a bad time also. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not we have so many presidents. We have not only Mehdi Ali, we have a lot of other presidents. We have Irvin Gould only, who gives all his money. of his own pocket, a lot of money he spent with Commodore, right? But in generally, I would not say that it's the fault of one guy. It is many things together. PC story, no money, maybe wrong spending, wrong investment, all the things.
So now maybe much easier topic. Do you use some Amigas every day, or you play on Amigas? Or
No, I go with my Walker. I'm very proud. My Walker is working. Oxylon was developed in 1997. Right?
and
It's
this
18 years
Walker
old.
has 2 megabyte chip, I think.
Yeah.
And this was I
Original.
remember this was only 1 megabyte. There, everybody
No,
was
it's
working. This is
original.
only
No,
one.
nothing done on that.
Okay.
So, like the developing, it's original one. Yeah.
And there's 2 Walkers in the world.
2, yeah. I have both,
You have both.
and
Okay.
I gave one away. So this come first to France. I give it away to France, and then come back to the UK, and then the UK sold it to Austria. My understanding is there's one in Austria, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure. So I know mine is.
Okay, but there is some. I think I ask you mostly about everything.
Okay. Yeah, it's a long interview anyway, yeah?
This is not so long. Normally I make the 1 hour or something like this, but
Okay.
I'm completely not prepared, like I said, because this is
Don't say this.
This is the shock.
But
for
I
me.
think the most important things you asked me already.
Yeah, I think this is the rest is in the book, and I hope the book will come in English, in Polish maybe too. I will ask somebody if I will ask community, because the Polish community is quite big.
Yeah, I know.
So this is this we will manage to. And I hope we get more of you in parties and your projects.
Yeah, you can invite me also to Poland, so you can talk with your community. I can come to Warsaw or somewhere. Always.
Yeah, you travel by plane mostly, I think. Yeah? So this is. Maybe I think in Poland in October or something like this we will get the big party. So I will ask the guys.
Yeah, if they would like to have me, I'm coming. No problem.
Very nice, good. So what I check it because maybe I should ask you about more, but you have a lot of big collection here. I think you are quite.
I have my collection. I have only the Walker and the C64, but at home I have, of course, I have the VIC-20, I have the VC-20, the C64, I have the 8000, I have the SX64, I have the 1200, I have the A500, I have the CD32, right? I have. What else I have? The PET from 1977 I have. So I have a lot of collection. Right?
Maybe this is a good question now. You know a lot of Amigas, you work with Amigas. What do you think personally, which model was the best? The
A1200.
A1200, like the most.
I love it. The best computer I ever seen in my life, to be honest. One keyboard, including everything.
Yeah, this is nice.
You take it.
You take it when you put the nice processor in turbo. It's nice. So this is good start point for guys when you want to buy something. This is 1200. Good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
I hope in Holland we can chat some more. Maybe I have more questions because after this I think I will put this interview today or tomorrow without nothing. The unplugged version, and there will be a lot of questions to you to ask you in Holland because this is nice.
Coming, many people from Poland come.
As I know, some I don't know how much, but they are coming. This is for me. It's no from Braunschweig is 400 kilometers. From Warsaw or the other, it's. You can take the plane, but when you want to make
they would like to see my Walker. I take my Walker with me as well.
But you go with plane from France?
No, I go by car. I rented a car already for this time.
So this is so good. So you go with Walker. I will go with
with this probably. I have here Amiga OS 4 on emulation, of course. So, but this is not so fast computer. Okay, I will stop here. But first, thank you again. Maybe one question. There was maybe you have some ratings for somebody.
Yeah, for greeting for all the Polish community, of course, right? Many regards from my side.
Thanks.
And keep on going with our Amiga, no? And Amiga should never die.
I hope it will be like you said. This will still we are still alive and we are survivors. So thank you. This was very nice for me. I'm in shock. Now I must go drink. Okay.
It was AMIcast, podcast for all Amiga users.